Thank the Azar Maiden and Tenant for the Spirit Spire's altar.
What an adventure, Fila exclaims, apparently thrilled to have had such a strange experience before the ritual. You thank the Azure Maiden for letting you borrow her precious relic. While doing so, you realize that Laddie will also have to do the ritual someday if she becomes a maiden. You ask Fila if it would be possible for you to attend the maiden's ritual. She seems unsure at first, but eventually agrees to let you come.
It's gonna be dark. Yoko Taro doesn't mess around.
I'm back, Fila exclaims cheerfully to the unsurprised gazes of her fellow villagers. They seem well accustomed to her gallivanting off on some adventure or another. Hyde suggests that you get some rest before the ritual, so you head to the inn. No, fuck you, Game Parlor. That night at the inn, you get to thinking about the ritual. It's a right to protect the island, one passed down through generations of maidens. If Laddie becomes one, she'll have to do the same. Laddie, paying you no mind, gobbles down her food, occasionally choking on bread. Well, sweet dreams.
The next day.
Fila and Hyde await you outside the inn. They tell you that in order to conduct the ritual, they have to visit the altar where the spirit is enshrined. To do so, you must go off the southern shore of the island. A crowd of villagers gathers as your party is about to leave Coveton. A villager hands Fila a talisman shaped like a fish. He says that it contains a spell to help you along the way to the altar and a wish for the ritual success.
Good luck with the ritual. We're praying for you. We love you.
The villagers
Smile.
shower Fila with warm words of encouragement. It appears the free-spirited maiden's smile has uplifted the villagers' hearts. Thank you for always watching over me, she says, with the same bright smile as always. When you arrive at the shore, Hyde speaks. Now we go underwater. Hyde explains that the talisman the townspeople gave them contains magic that allows you to breathe underwater. Hyde explains that the temple where the ritual is carried out is underwater. That's why. Hyde sees that you still have your doubts. Let me show you instead, he says, then activates the magic talisman. Come on, follow me, Fila exclaims cheerfully. She and Hyde both dive underwater without a moment's hesitation. Laddie looks at the water apprehensively, and you can see her pondering her ability to swim. Before she can drown in self-doubt, though, you take her hand and follow Fila and Hyde's lead. Stop, we'll drown, Lack shouts, but you pay it no mind. Life seems to be one odd experience after the next lately. Though you're underwater, you can breathe. You inhale deeply, but only air fills your lungs. Laddie stares in wide-eyed wonder at the colorful coral reef and myriad fish swimming about. You find the seabed temple resting quietly at the bottom of the ocean. It's now a peaceful haven for sea creatures. From the window, you can see the few rays of sunlight that reach the sea floor, undulating in the current. Despite being submerged, the temple is filled with air. You can't help but wonder if this is the power of the spirit at work. In her ever-cheerful way, Fila explains that this is where Azure Maidens undertake the ocean trials. "Let's get going," she exclaims. Hyde watches as she leads the way, concern apparent in his eyes. And fight.
Ooh, look at this fun stuff. A fish is carved into the stela. Fight him off.
Magnificent. Good work.
I try using his multi-target attack.
A temple is carved into the stela. And fight. A crystal is carved into the stela. And fight. The stela is shaped like the azure spirit, guardian of the Isle. Don't hold back. The door is sealed tight. On further inspection, you see words inscribed as well, but they're faint. You can make out the words, "Touch the stela." This must be the trial, Fila murmurs. You decide to look for clues to help her open the door. Fortune favors the bold. Maybe I have to do it because it's my trial, Fila says, reaching out toward the stela. Fila gently touches the stela, and it releases a faint light. But the area remains silent. There is no indication that the door has opened. Let me try again, Fila says, touching the stela once more. This time, the light dissipates. She then panics and replaces her hand on the stela, causing the light to return. It appears the stela can be illuminated and darkened by the Azure Maiden's hand. The image of a crystal and the words, "Touch the stela," are carved into the door. You decide that this isn't the stela you're looking for and try to find another. You hear a noise in the distance. It's the sound of the crystal door being unlocked. Past the crystal door is yet another door. On this one is a carving of a temple. You hear a noise in the distance. It's the sound of the temple door being unlocked. There's a map carved into the door. Realizing that there is no keyhole, you figure it must be sealed by a mysterious power. You recognize the pattern from your own map. This is the South Aisle, they say. From behind you, you hear a door open. Sounds like we're being invited in, Fila remarks. You all exchange looks before heading toward the noise. Magnificent. Congrats. Fila, but you don't hear a door open. There must be some other stela you need to illuminate. When you do, you hear a distant sound. There's no doubt the door with the map carving has opened. Touching the stela seems to elicit no reaction at all. You did great. A moon is carved on the west side of the aisle. A boat is carved in the center of the aisle. A star is carved in the center of the aisle. A sun is carved on the east side of the aisle. Don't hold back. Magnificent. Magnificent. A lighthouse is carved in the center of the aisle. The stela is shaped like the azure spirit, guardian of the aisle. You can see the following words carved into it. You wait a moment, but nothing seems to change. There must be other stela you need to illuminate. When Fila touches the stela, it begins to shake. The maiden steps back, just as the stela transforms into a monster.
That's not what I wanted to do, even
Don't
slightly.
hold back. It appears some monsters mimic stela here. Right, you reply. Then steel yourself as you continue your stela search. You illuminate 2 stela, but the path remains closed. There must be other stela you need to illuminate. Fila gently touches the stela. You can hear something crumbling. Then suddenly, as if the water isn't bad enough, a gigantic and terrifying snake-like figure comes with it. The water threatens to knock you off balance, but you steady yourselves and prepare for battle.
Look at this horrifying thing.
And fight. two fight as one. Excellent. Fortune favors the bold. Once the battle ends, the rushing waters calm. The trial in this room seems to be over. You might be able to find the path onward now. The wall itself opens up like a door, revealing a room behind it. You wonder if this is where the water and monster from earlier were hiding. Magnificent. This door has been passed through for the ocean trials many a time. There are no words carved into it.
Wait to me,
You
she'll
hear a
open.
mysterious voice echoing in your head. And then the door opens, as if inviting the maiden in. The stela is shaped like the azure spirit, guardian of the isle. The stela is shaped like the azure spirit, guardian of the isle. The stela is shaped like the azure spirit, guardian of the isle. The stela is shaped like the azure spirit, guardian of the isle. You stand before the altar, where the ritual will take place. Grateful for helping her pass the ocean trials, Fila speaks to you and your allies one by one. We always had the best conversations, she tells Laddie with a smile. Laddie returns the gesture. Thank you for showing me a strange new world, she says to Lack, who blushes ever so slightly. Finally, the Azure Maiden turns toward you with an earnest look in her eyes. Protect Laddie, she tells you. Fila sees through your evasive reply and smiles, knowing that she can trust you. Before the ritual, the two hold each other without a word, sharing in their mutual warmth. The scene before you almost breaks your heart. It's as if the two are saying their final farewells. Fila climbs atop the altar, and the Maiden's relic begins to shine, as if responding to the altar. Amidst the dazzling light, the Azure Maiden turns to you and speaks.
Thank you so much for everything.
With those words, Fila transforms into light and journeys to where the spirit dwells. Her ceaseless smile remains on her face until the very last moment. The tears on her cheeks, however, tell a different story. The Azure Maiden's relic clatters to the altar. The ritual is over. Silence fills the room. Fila, the Azure Maiden, is gone. The sacrificial Maiden's ritual, conducted to protect the island, has claimed her. You shift your gaze toward Laddie and wonder if she embarked on this journey knowing this harsh truth. A voice breaks the silence.
Finally, that infernal woman is finally gone.
The Azure attendant's spiteful laughter
Yoko Taro
reverberates throughout the room. Neither you nor Laddie can hide how shaken the man's sudden transformation has you. You had expected sadness, not this. Your voice quivers as you ask. Hyde doesn't hesitate to answer your fearful question. Hyde tells you that the village forced him to be the Maiden's attendant, regardless of his wishes. Attendants must follow the village customs and continue to serve the spirit summoned by the Maiden during the ritual for their entire lives. Becoming an attendant forced him to give up on his childhood dream of becoming an accessory craftsman. Because of that, he abhorred the Azure Maiden from the bottom of his heart. Even so, he continued to play the role of the smiling lover that Fila desired. Hyde raises his fist overhead to smash his couple's charm, indelibly stained with his deep-seated feelings of hatred. But he cannot bring himself to throw it down.
What a beautiful amulet. Make one for me, too.
The words of the sprightly young Azure Maiden echo in his mind. Though he should have hated her, he had been bewitched by her magical smile. The cries of the Azure attendant, filled with both hatred and sorrow, reverberate through the halls of the Seabed Temple, forever and ever.
Cue and play for Azure Maiden. And her dependable and composed Azure attendant. Lovers share a precious moment in time. Their adventures together. Give the maiden resolve to face her cruel fate. Her smile becomes naught but a memory at the seabed altar. Whereas the tenant reveals how he abhorred her. Echoes of their suffering linger still in the hearts of those who bore witness. Trials and rights below the waves revealed bitter truths. Laddie gained memories of friendship. You obtain Ezra Memories Relic.
Hyde says, "Leave me be." Your group leaves him and re-emerges from the depths of the sea. Laddie grips Phila's Maiden's relic in hand. The Azure attendant entrusted it to you to help you on your journey. When you parted ways, Hyde informed you that there was rumored to be... When you parted ways, Hyde informed you that there was rumored to be a hot-blooded maiden in Hero's dominion on an isle in the Western Ocean. You call out to Laddie, who is gazing forlornly at the Maiden's relic, and your group returns to your journey.
The more each other goes, the more your bond with Laddie deepens. You and Laddie learned a new think skill, Thunderstrike. Phila and Hyde have left the party. Lack is eligible for battle. Fulfill the necessary requirements and unlock Phila's flipside story.
It appears the sea has undergone a change while you were adventuring with the Azure Maiden. The route to the Western Seas has opened. Now you can look for a way onto the isle where the Maiden lives. And fight.
Oh, look at these crazy things. Oh, I didn't equip it.
And fight. Excellent.
Alright. As your maiden and savior, the Coveton, fun-loving, ever-smiling, gifted, and witty banter all around her find themselves easy to give in smiles. Maiden's ritual was her final farewell. Her unyielding smile was merely a sign as she was enjoying herself, but also a mark of ironclad determination. Tended as her maiden and her lover, calm and giving to perfectionism, his steely demeanor is rarely interpreted by a smile, unearthed by a smile. He practiced divination magic each day in secret in order to carry out perfectly the amusements sought after by the Azure Maiden. Man reputed for his powerful magic, rumors say he was helped by lovelorn Mary. The lovelorn Mary, their sweethearts procured wild riches, lilies, poppers, thus may come to seek his aid. This magic is a sham, it's only a sorcerer's influence. He pulls strings to make dreams come true, even right to this moment he's toiling away for the sake of others. Try as she might, the woman's clumsy hand simply could not fashion a talisman worthy of sending to her lover for their birthday. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, her failures littered the house. Neighbors came to call it the cursed manor. Time it said even her lover kept their distance. Sad, it's so sad. The boy tells you a single drop of blood carries the stench of sin so powerful and can barely breathe, and he says you reek of the stuff. If it is here, that you should note that the boy's hobby is mimicry, so he's likely something he's heard someone say somewhere at some point in some time. Oh, I read that one. This one. Comes as some surprise to others, but this man is actually a painter. He spends his day cooped up in his hometown, hurling his passions upon a large canvas. Again and again, he smears paint all over his muscled body and hurls it into the canvas. Despite his dedication to his work and appreciate his artistry, he has never sold a single painting. As an actress, the woman thrilled audiences with rousing performances. Her nickname, the Sorceress of Stage, says all you need to know about her powerful presence. She has since retreated from the stage for to watch from the audience. Her choice of outfits, however, has led people to whisper of the Sorceress of the Seats. Man, screw that kid. Dubbed the Jewels of the Sea by their minds, has confirmed that several subspecies of these multicolored creatures exist. Capture or no more keep as a visually pleasing pet is not recommended. When the ocean habitat results in a back and frankly hideous change in color. This little creature known as a sea angel because of the earthreal appearance is often staring vacantly into the distance. Less seen, however, is the rather shocking manner in which it feeds those who have witnessed called the sea devil. Oh, hey. These creatures are kept as pets. Their excess fur is sheared off and used to make exceptionally soft, luxurious clothing and highly sought after. It does not grow apace, it seems too coarse, however, they are slaughtered for food. Food with poor reputation that rots as often as it sells. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Alright, cool, man. I will catch all you guys later. Comrades! I'm trying to figure out what to do with myself here. Those monsters are tough. It's like you can't customize too much. Right, like I'm wearing kind of the best stuff available, sorta. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Nope.
Yeah, it's really not that good.
Fortune favors the bold.
Oh, he doesn't have it. I want to see this ability.
Ahoy, mate.
So he's not weak against that.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Fortune favors the bold. I don't know what it is. Don't hold back. Oh, excuse me. You can't.
What up? You headed over now? Oh. Fun. Yeah, dude. What else would I be doing right now? Studying for a fucking test I already took? Super big. Oh my gosh, what in the world? S-A-R-I. May I please see what I'm typing? Oh my gosh, I hate password systems. Like someone might be looking over your shoulder while you're sitting in your house by yourself, so I can't look at my password while I type it in. Stupid shit. This is a capital, is that the problem? Stop. This is like mind-boggling to me. Sorry, fellas, hold on a second. Alright, let's see. Holy fuck. Are you kidding me? Alright. I have no idea what my password is then. Just another time.
Ah, the great open... Teamwork makes the... Your journey across the sea, on the West Isle, you will hear the tale of a maiden in red.
My anchor, Crimson
Very
Maiden.
well then, prepare to go ashore. The West Isle's parched, russet-colored expanse greets you. The bones of weaker travelers strewn about it, as both welcome and warning.
A tale of the Crimson Maiden.
You dock your ship at the pier and set foot ashore. Laddie takes a deep bow in the direction of the Bon Fong, as if thanking it for safely delivering everyone to land. You consult your navigation map once more to confirm your location, and resolve to head through the gorge toward Hero's Dominion. Hope you win.
How would I not? These were the weakest enemies in the game.
Fortune fa- Laddie appears to have found something on the roadside. You look where she is pointing and spot a small drawstring pouch lying on the ground. Inside the pouch is a simple but beautiful necklace. Laddie's eyes light up at the sight of it. You gently place the necklace around Laddie's neck. Though she initially looks confused, when you say it looks nice on you, her cheeks flush slightly and she smiles. A thief appears. The brigand points at Laddie's simple necklace and yells, "Give that back." He continues, insisting in a rather courteous tone. That necklace was something I stole from an accessory shop in Hero's Dominion. As the thief would have you believe, he pilfered the bauble from the shop and then dropped it in the midst of his escape. He grabs for it and tries to wrench it off Laddie's throat. You've no choice but to fight to defend your ally. And fight. Fortune favors. You look down at the thief, splayed flat on the ground, and say a few words of admonishment. If you take anything away from this, let it be that you should stop plying the pilfering trade. The brigand seems to regret what he's done and cries back, "Please listen. I want to return the stolen necklace to the shop I took it from."
I don't trust you. No,
Honey
heck.
words alone will not let you trust this wayward larcener. You choose not to hand over the necklace. However, the thief does not give up. Practically bawling at this point, he makes a tear-filled appeal. I just want to make up for the wrongs I've done.
Oh, do I have no choice? Oh, I have to. That's
You
weird.
believe the thief's tears of regret are genuine, so you take the simple necklace from Laddie and hand it over. The thief bows his head deeply and then heads off in the direction of Hero's Dominion. You happen to look down and spot a dingy charm on the ground. It seems the thief dropped it as he left. On the back of the charm is a child's writing. "Daddy, do your best at work." Kind of prone to dropping things, isn't he, you utter, somewhat flabbergasted, as you slip the charm into your pack.
Cool, more money.
Show him what you got. Magnificent.
YOLO! Oh.
I'd better not.
What do you want
You
with this?
apologize to the old man and take your leave. Fight him off. Magnificent. Fortune fi- You make your way through the gorge, its walls of russet stone towering above you. It too is littered with the bones of fallen warriors and their sandblasted blades. Unnerved, you steal only brief glances at them as you charge ahead. But you notice Laddie regards them with a certain sadness. No one says a word for quite some time. Isn't that the Dominion? Lack chirps from its resting place in Laddie's hood, breaking the silence. Indeed, the gorge gives way to a large basin, at the center of which presumably lies Hero's Dominion. Laddie wipes the sweat from her brow and shuffles toward a nearby rock to sit down. "Stop! That's a monster!" you shout. Too late to prevent it from attacking poor Laddie. In one swift blow, a wild-eyed boy strikes the monster down. "You all right?" he barks, turning to Laddie. Unfortunately, it seems the enemy was not alone. More of them appear behind you, closing in fast. A man's voice emerges from the helmet and suit of armor before you. Those worthy of being Maiden must never let their guard down, Lavia, it chides. "I know, Gladio. I know," the boy grimaces. "What luck. It appears you've bumped into the Crimson Maiden completely by chance, which would make this Gladio fellow, in all the armor, the Crimson Attendant. This is all terribly convenient." You thank the duo for saving Laddie, and explain that you will have need of the Maiden's relic, if they'd be so kind as to lend it to you. The Crimson Maiden appears startled by your sudden request. "Apologies, but we're in a hurry," he says curtly. Apparently, a foul beast the Dominion uses for blood sport has escaped, and it has fallen to the Crimson Maiden to recapture it. Unwilling to let these two out of your sight after such a fortuitous meeting, you agree to help them track the beast down.
West Isle for the monster. No, up. There we go. Ooh. Boom!
Fight him off. The woman's eyes dart between you as she scribbles something in her notebook. "She who controls the information controls the fight," she says, before asking how powerful you are. To hear this man tell it, the last Maiden was a proper hero of war. Compared to her, well, he trails off as a heavy sigh of disapproval forces its way out of him. The Maiden's shrine yet stands, though you think it looks rather forlorn. Clearly, it has been neglected in favor of the arena. Watch yourself. Folks around here will use any excuse to start a fight, the woman warns you. You can't help but notice the glint of a knife in her belt. Apparently, battles with captured monsters in the arena are quite the spectacle. There is one ferocious beast, she explains, that has vanquished every warrior to have challenged it. A gate stands tall before you, marred here and there by deep gouges and scratch marks. You reckon the monsters for the arena battles are kept within. The man stands stock still, silently praying over those whose lives were lost in the arena this day. You stepped on my foot, the man says, squaring up to you mere inches from your face. You have no memory of stepping on anything even vaguely foot-like. You apologize profusely, hoping to avoid any trouble. "Aw, we were supposed to duke it out," he says, clearly disappointed. "I'm gonna apprentice with the attendant," the man boasts. He drops to the ground and manages a mere 5 push-ups before collapsing in exhaustion. The innkeeper challenges you to an arm wrestling match in lieu of any greeting. You handily defeat her. She then informs you that strong warriors such as yourself get to rent rooms free of charge. You and your party can stay however often you'd like. As you walk away, you're fairly certain you hear her bitterly complaining that she's yet to win a single match and that her business is doomed. Upon entering the shop, Laddie looks surprised and points at something. Following her gesture, you spy the familiar sight of the simple necklace. The owner explains that this necklace had been stolen, but then, wonder of wonders, the very miscreant who made off with it later returned it himself. Suddenly, from the back of the shop, said miscreant shows himself. The one-time thief bows his head self-consciously. Evidently, the owner took a shine to the honest thief and offered him a job working in the shop. You remove the dingy charm from your pack and hand it to the man. Taking it in hand, he is so overcome with joy that he begins to weep. As it turns out, the charm was a gift from his beloved child. He had been searching for it all this time. He grips the cherished charm tightly, explaining, "I only ever stole to put food on the table for my child." The shop owner proffers something to you, calling it a thank you for helping him meet a man with such an honest heart.
Okay, 1 extra chance to start a battle. Ooh. Here we go. Okay. Oh, 8,000. Fair enough.
We need the money. The kids have to eat, the woman says to herself, seeming ready to put her life on the line to win. No, no, I forgot my salve, the man yells in a panic. A sudden calm washes over him. Oh, wait, there was a merchant back in the vestibule. What an emotional ride this man's life must be. The man eagerly awaits his turn in the ring. My quarrel is not with humans, he says gravely. You take that to mean he'll only be fighting monsters out there. I'm not taking registrations now, the receptionist says flatly.
Time is up. 33. Oh, we got some time left. Let's go look for this monster. Oh, fun.
Hope you win.
Me too.
This must be a stela of the Isle's guardian spirit. You find a beast lurking in the shadows of the valley, but it does not appear to be the one that the Crimson Maiden is searching for. It glares at you. Seems you're not getting out of this without a fight.
Oh. Plus 20. Yeah, boy.
Your stance keeps slipping. Gladio hisses at Lavia as soon as the final blow's been struck. Sorry, Lavia shoots back and resumes scanning the area for monsters. You find a beast huddled in a small burrow in the rock wall, but it does not appear to be the one. Nevertheless, it is not happy to have an intruder in its home and attacks. Fight him off. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Nice. Ooh. No, man.
You find a beast and immediately raise your sword to it, but it does not so much as flinch. Upon further inspection, it looks like a falling rock or something has crushed the poor creature's life right out of it. It's
Oh,
dead,
crap.
Lavia says flatly. Lack and Laddie suddenly exhale, hands pressed to their chests in relief. Gladio, sensing an imminent threat, tells everyone to be on their guard. The clanking of heavy chains precedes the appearance of a massive beast. Blood drips from the iron hammers, clutched in its fist. The party grips their own weapons ever tighter, fighting their own looming sense of fear.
I want to see this other combo attack. Ooh! Look at this guy.
Fight him off.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough.
Fortune favors the bold.
Let's roll this through.
Two fight as one. Oh, boo! Magnificent.
Shoot, I gotta get out of here.
The Maiden launches one last attack as his attendant strikes the beast with the pommel of his sword.
I have to come
At
back right
last,
here.
The feral fiend falls silent.
I'll catch you later. Let's continue on with this journey.
Lack and Laddie break out into a round of applause, which Lavia greets with a smile and a playful swipe of his nose. We're not done, Gladio reminds the party. He binds the beast in chains, hoists it up with one hand, and carries it back toward the Dominion. You never did get to ask about the Maiden's relic in the end. You follow them back to Hero's Dominion in hopes of rectifying that oversight.
Nice.
Hero's Dominion. A place so renowned, stories of it reached you across the vast sea. The cries of powerful warriors pierce the air, though it's impossible to tell if they're cries of joy or pain. Lavia informs you that the Dominion attracts all manner of warriors who long to prove their strength in battle. There are even more than usual, he says, thanks to the tournament that's due to begin soon. The party makes their way to the arena, eager to return the captured monster to its cage. Gladio drops the monster in front of the reception desk with a wet, meaty thud. I felled it, Lavia says without hesitation. I expected nothing less, the man behind the desk says with a hearty laugh. It quickly becomes clear, however, that this compliment was intended for Gladio. Lavia chafes, but at least the beast has been returned. The party makes its way back out of the arena. What's a runt like you come to the arena for? The warriors sneer in Lavia's direction. His blood clearly boiling. Lavia spins around on a heel and raises his fist. Say that one more time, he shouts. Fists raised and eyes locked. You can see they'll come to blows any second now. You reckon Lavia's no match for his opponent and decide to intervene on his behalf. You call out, and the warrior throws a flurry of fists your way. Thankfully, you anticipated this would happen, and managed to dodge them cleanly. Whoa, nicely done. The warrior's meaty fist flies toward your abdomen. Your arm instantly meets it in the air, stifling the attack. Impressive, look at you. Having successfully drawn him out far enough, you swing your leg up and deliver a beautiful kick. Now that... Enough, Gladio barks by way of intervention.
Can't do anything about your handler, can ya? Weak like you don't belong in the Dominion.
Despite picking the fight in the first place, the warriors show no interest in going up against the attendant. They slink off, complaining bitterly as they do so. By all accounts, Livia endures rather crude treatment, despite being a maiden. You snap out of your thoughts when Gladio turns and thanks you for aiding in the monster's capture. He tells Livia to show you to the inn, as if to suggest everyone could use a rest after that fight, and takes his leave. You arrive at the inn, eager to rest. You mention to Livia once more what brings you to the West Isle. You speak of the current state of Omega Isle, and how the Maiden's relics are key to saving the island. Livia hears your tale in full, only to politely decline your entreaty. He pauses for a moment, lost in thought. "I'm not the Maiden," he confesses rather abruptly. Lack helpfully explains that since Livia is not an official Maiden, his relic is no more than an ordinary weapon, and therefore of no help to Laddie. He explains that while it's true he was born into a long line of maidens, he has not been recognized as the Maiden on account of being a man.
Huh.
That his mother, the previous
Sexist.
Maiden, fell in battle, and he has simply been named as Maiden to fill the role in the interim. Livia, his confession complete, bids you farewell, and walks off. Clearly, the Maiden's circumstances are as varied as the islands on which they live.
Her Crimson allies sought power enough to secure her legacy. Lady gained memories of friendship. That night. Speak of their compatriots.
Laddie sits in the chair, head bobbing in a desperate, if futile, struggle against sleep. She's no doubt exhausted from all the fighting. Lack floats in the air, its mouth gently opening and closing. You presume it to be asleep. You lift your hands close to its ear and clap once, with vigor. "Explosions! Help! We're all gonna die!" It shrieks, shooting even further into the air. Everyone is plainly spent from a day of fighting. The time has come for rest. "Enter the Maiden's match with me," Livia blurts out nonsensically, barreling into your room. "It's a special tournament, and it starts soon," Livia explains breathlessly. "As it happens, they'll select the next Maiden from the winners. A fitting festival for the might-obsessed hero's dominion, you think. But will they actually recognize Livia as the next Maiden if he wins?" Livia says he simply wants to win the tournament and gaze smugly at all the people who've called him weak over the years. You think back on how the citizens of the Dominion treat Livia, how hard he works at a dangerous occupation, yet receives no respect for it. You can hear the pain of it in his voice every time he speaks. "All right, it's a deal," you say. Besides, fighting people from all sorts of different places sounds like fun. "When does it?" you begin, but Livia cuts you off with an excited, "Tomorrow."
Tomorrow?
The sun is dazzling on this, the morning of the tournament. The clanking of blades echoes all around you. "Let's get to reception quick," Livia chirps as he joins you en route to the arena. Here to pick up a few scars? The man behind the desk asks with a smirk. He begins explaining the rules of the Maiden's match. Participants register in pairs, taking on the roles of maiden and attendant as they fight. Once you're registered, you can go wait in the vestibule, the man explains, gesturing at the far door. Not that one, the receptionist calls out when you attempt to open the door. It seems this What do you think you're doing? The crimson attendant's voice stops you in your tracks. Let's go, Lavia says as he runs through the door, perhaps presuming that Gladio has no business dictating what he can and cannot enter. Immature brat, Gladio sighs, his helmet hiding his expression from view. Even so, you detect a note of worry rather than fury in his voice. I'll go easy on you, the woman says, brimming with confidence. The man's knees knock together. You reach out to him, concerned. Don't mind me. This is all excitement, he barks, sweating. We'll show 'em all, Lavia shouts, psyching himself up for the fight. The ringleader's voice echoes off the stone walls of the lobby. Onward to battle. Laddie seems to be in good spirits. You imagine she'd say, "This ought to be fun." You know clearly she misunderstood what kind of tournament this was.
On the west side, we found some warriors from another land, eager learning the title of Maiden. We set a band of warriors with our weak Maiden, the pride of the isle, at its center. There'll be no aid for you if you get hurt, mind. Group your work to the Crimson Spirit. Let the first battle
Time
begin.
to show these jerks what you can do.
That's interesting. I get to have two people. I approve, but that's interesting. Definitely target the weaker opponent first.
Magnificent.
Nice.
Excellent. Congrats.
And I crushed it. Holy cow. Nice. Unbelievable how mixed Maiden troop has done it. How long? Fortune smile upon, I wonder. Check the compatriots.
Lavia wipes the sweat from his brow as you approach. You greet him, and he leaps back with a yelp. Don't sneak up on me like that, he snaps, with no small amount of embarrassment. Ah, youth. Awkward youth. Laddie can hardly contain her excitement at having won. You can tell because she's looking up at the sky, furiously punching the air above her head.
On the west side are towns, battle-tested soldiers. Victory is all but assured, they tell us. On the east side, the lucky victors of the previous match, starring our Maiden and Maiden. There's still time to run, you know.
Okay,
Prove your worth for the Crimson Spirit. Let the second battle begin!
Show them what you got. Magnificent. Excellent.
Nice. Hooray! Weak Maiden's team continues to try to advance. Your luck was run out by now. Oh, never mind.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Lack shouts for some reason at Laddie, who is drained from the consecutive battles. If we win this next fight, that's it, Lavia says in quiet awe. Let's wipe those smug looks off everyone's faces, you say by way of encouragement. Yeah, Lavia shouts in response. The ringleader announces the final battle. There's no turning back now. Who else should be waiting for you in the final round but the Crimson Attendant?
Oh, snap!
Despite this being a team event, he's battled his way to the final round all by himself. Do your worst, he bellows, striking an intimidating pose. Don't need to tell me twice, Lavia barks back, gripping his sword for dear life and fixing his gaze upon his attendant. Ho ho ho, this fight won't be
Prove your
anything
wealth
like
to the
the
Crimson
others.
Spirit. Let the final battle begin. Wow! Oh, he's so much better than when he played on my team. Ooh, nice. That's only good for me. Oh, boo.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh, boo. Yeah, okay.
Fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors the bold. Excellent.
Nice.
The powerful attendant bears down with all his might, but Lavia holds firm. As the pair struggle, a section of the arena wall suddenly blows apart.
Nice.
A familiar beast emerges from the dust and the rubble. One whipped into a frenzy, the beast whirls a hammer over its head and charges you.
Whew. Oh, boo.
It has been a brutal struggle. The beast's knees buckle ever so briefly. There's your opening. Time for our special attack. The Crimson Maiden and his attendant bellow in unison. The Crimson Maiden and his stalwart attendant's attack slays the beast. Gladio at last acknowledges the strength hidden within Levia and recognizes him as an equal. Use that strength to fulfill your destiny, Gladio says with the air of a proud father seeing his own son off on an adventure. Levia prepares to address the raucous crowd. He places a hand to his chest, gathers himself for a moment, and begins his speech. He tells of his history with Gladio, who trained him ever since he was a young boy and raised him in place of his departed mother. Gladio taught him the true meaning of strength, so he could one day fulfill the Maiden's destiny. He molded Levia into a strong young man from an immature boy. And now that his strength has been universally recognized, Levia tells the crowd it is time to reveal a truth that he has kept well hidden.
He's a woman.
Levia is in fact a woman.
There it is.
And thus the rightful successor to the Crimson Maiden. I, Levia, swear to protect this land as its rightful maiden.
Oh, nice.
She raises her relic to the sky. It begins to shine with a light to rival the sun overhead. Levia, the Crimson Maiden by name and birthright, basks in the glory her people rain down upon her. Her small frame shows no sign of buckling under the immense responsibility that is now upon her. At last, she looks ready. Levia is mobbed by a heaving crowd of admirers. Seeing as they're bound to keep her busy for some time, and surmising that there will be other opportunities to borrow the relic, you decide to depart Hero's Dominion.
Levia was removed from the party. Lack is eligible for battle. Cool. Alright, we gotta get going. Back to work. So let's save this. Alright, catch you later.